Hey, what's up, guys? It's Jake, aka Tag, and today we're back at it again with the best Earthquake Hog Rider deck in the current meta ever since Inferno Tower got trashed by the most recent nerfs. I highly suggest you guys take that out, put in the Mortar, play a little bit more of an aggressive deck with a Mortar that can be used on defense and in offense at the same time. Musketeer is a little bit better than archers on defense as well, higher damage per second. So check out this deck for 12 grand challenges, and you will make so many people rage quit with this amazing defense. Alright guys, so we got a game against Rage from Sandstorm Pro. Anyone from this clan is going to be good, so we're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to end up going for Hog Rider. We have Skeletons in cycle if he decides to spam me, so we can get an elixir efficient defense. And he's going to have Cannon Cart and no NATO, so this is really, really good for us. Getting 2 hits early on is going to be amazing for me. I end up going for Skeletons, just a cycle, so I don't leak elixir, and then I'm going to go in for my Valkyrie. So he's going to go straight in for the Golem, and in this situation, I don't really feel comfortable rushing opposite lane with my Mortar. I need to save it on defense so I can defend this. So I'm going to end up going for my Mortar here, and I'm going to go in for a Musketeer in the corner. And I might have to go in for a Hog Rider on defense, depending on what he does. See what he spams me with. So he's going to go Poison, but as you guys can see, this Musketeer is not going to get hit. We can end up going for Bats and Skeletons. And then they should be able to defend everything. So notice my placements, guys. Everything's off to the corner, tucked in. And then I protected my Musketeer with my Skeletons and Bats, so he wasn't able to break through. He's going to end up having NATO as expected. He's going to activate King Tower right now, but it's not going to matter. He's already used his Bard Barrel, so I'm going to end up going in for my Valkyrie right in front of the Musketeer. And we're going to bait out something that he doesn't want to drop if he just doesn't sack the tower already. Yeah, we're doing really, really well. But we still have to defend because he's got Cannon Cart. Cannon Cart is so busted. We played okay there, I recognize that, but this game is far from over, guys. He could straight up just win with one Golem push, and I'm a little bit scared about that, to be honest. So there it is. There's the Golem. Did we just... I kind of want to end up going for a Mortar here. This might be dumb, but I want to bait out a Cannon Cart badly. Really, really want to bait out a Cannon Cart. He's just letting it lock. Okay. I have to cycle a Musketeer here. Maybe we can get back to that. I have to cycle 4 cards, so we cycled 1. We have to cycle a couple more. I'm going to go Cannon Cart, so we're going to cycle Bats and Valkyrie just to pull that back. If we kill everything, we're going to be fine. And then Mortar locked onto the tower, so we're in a pretty good spot. He is going to be able to maybe take our tower, but it's still okay. So we got so much damage on the other side. So let's go in for another Hog Rider. And I could end up going for a Musketeer, but I'm going to relax a bit. Still don't know what he's going to do. He's going to just sack it. Alright, so we might have just won. He might have done goofed and given up. So yeah, we had a really nice defense, and because of that, we were able to defend the right-hand side against the incoming Golem push. And that's the setup that you want to do. You want to end up having your Mortar here, your Musketeer here, and then when they end up spamming you, you want to direct their supporting units towards your Musketeer with the Skeletons and then the Bats, and you want to kill it. So whether it's a Mini P.E.K.K.A. or a Lumberjack, if you do that, you'll easily win. GG and well played. Alright, we got a game. We're going to sauce out a good luck. We're going to give him a fish slap, see what's up, see what's popping. I'm going to end up going for a Mortar, kick off the game, opposite lane of the... it's a little bit unfortunate. Those Skeletons are going to distract for a while. I have to go for a Musketeer here, and we're not going to be able to break through that Tombstone. Very well played on his end. He's actually going to end up playing for NATO with a Baby Dragon? That's interesting. We can definitely go for a Hog now. You're not going to have Tombstone cycle. You're not going to have NATO. So we'll take it. Get a ton of damage. We take those starts, boys. Let's go. NATO, Baby Dragon, Ice Wizard. A little bit of a yikes. Especially after seeing that Tombstone. But I think we can come away with a W if we play this perfect. Let's go for Bats and play really aggressive now. Because we have counter push with the Bats and the Valkyrie. I want to go same lane. Usually you want to go opposite lane so they don't get poison value. So we might be switching it up if we're not able to defend this. But I'm going to go for a Musketeer so then I'm able to kill that Baby Dragon as soon as possible. I think it dies before he gets any belches. Got one. It's okay though. Man, we might have just won. We might have just outplayed him hardcore. Because he was trying to get that Baby Dragon on top of the Mortar to finish it off. He should have just aborted it and Bard Barreled on top. But we get a ton of damage as a result. So that feels really good, man. Let's go. Maybe I can go for a Hog opposite. Kind of want to end up going for Skeletons here. See what he does. If he cycles anything back. Let's just go for the Valkyrie Hog Rider. He might have given up. I think he might have aborted mission. Dude, we're actually making people rage quit with this deck. It's insane. I love it. Oh man, if you just want to make your opponents rage quit after just making nice defenses with Musketeer and Bats, this is the deck to do it. I can't believe how crazy OP Musketeer is on defense. It really needs a nerf, especially with Valkyrie. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. I feel like if they just don't have Lightning, there's no way to break through this deck. Got 2 rage quits already. One against Rage himself, Sandstorm Pro. And then this legend. This guy's actually good, so we have to focus up right now. We're going to sauce out a good luck, and we're going to drop our Hog Rider. See what he's got. So he's going to end up having Ram Rider right now, so we have to go in for a Valkyrie and a Giant Snowball to knock that thing back. And I expect it to still get a hit on our tower, unfortunately. Yep. Let's go in for Skeletons here. We'll take some damage on the right-hand side, but it's nowhere comparable to the left hand. We are still in the damage lead, but it's okay. It's going to end up going in for a P.E.K.K.A. and Ram Rider. So when we get the double elixir against this matchup, it's going to be really, really tough. I want to go for Hog Riders when he doesn't end up having stuff in cycle. So let's go for a Musketeer here. So then we're able to damage that P.E.K.K.A. Pull it back with the Hog Rider. And then he's not going to be able to get a hit. We still have the bat supporting the Hog Rider, so that was the best play that we could have done. And we needed to go in for a Hog Rider when his Ram Rider is out of cycle. So there wasn't really anything better for me to do there. Unfortunately, I don't know how I'm going to win this because I need to get a lot of damage in single elixir. Otherwise, the P.E.K.K.A. plus Ram Rider is just going to be too much for me. And I have to make predictions on Skarmies as well. So we're going to go cycle our Valkyrie. I want him to end up going for a Ram Rider into this Mortar because he doesn't have P.E.K.K.A. in cycle. So I know that this is going to be pretty okay. If he goes in for a Ram Rider, maybe we get a juicy Snowball. We actually do get a connection with a Mortar, so that's great. If he went opposite lane, it wouldn't have been too bad, but this is going to be tough. This is going to be really bad for me, actually. So I want to end up going for Skeletons first, and then I want to get back to a Musketeer as soon as possible, so then we can damage down that. Hoping and praying that this will work out. Actually need to go in for a Hog Rider here, and then a Bat Surround. I think that's really the only way that I can defend here. You guys are going to see me time and time again using my Hog Rider in defense, and it applies aggression. So, yes, it defended, but also it did a lot of damage there, and it baited out an entire Skarmy. So, that's when you want a Hog Rider. I learned that from Jack. If you're able to pull it off successfully in some situations, you will get more damage than you would with any Hog Rider that you would on offense, and you're getting defensive value. It cleaned up the bats and tanked for them. I really hope that I'm able to win this game. I'm going to try my absolute hardest here, guys. I'm not going to guarantee anything. I don't know if he's got lightning or what spell he's got, so this will be tough. So he's got poisons. That's a little bit better for me. I'm going to go for another Hog Rider, and then we're going to end up going in for bats yet again. He's going to go Barb Barrel. I need to end up going for a Valkyrie here, and then I want to end up going Skeletons, but I want the P.E.K.K.A. to re-target on the Skeletons. And man, I think we might win this. Maybe, somehow, some way, we will win this matchup. Thankfully, he doesn't have lightning, because I think he would have to, like, Mortar right here, and then, like, knock back the Ram Rider, and it would just be so tough. I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to do that. Oh, I did do a little bit of a mishap with that Hog Rider. It should have been opposite lane, and you can kite that, and you can take no damage from a Bandit. So you can counter all Bandit damage with a Hog Rider, and you can push opposite lane with that. And that's also another really good play that I love doing. Learned that from Jack as well. So you can incorporate a lot of your 2.6 gameplay into this deck. I love it. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. I think I know his clan, right? Yeah, it's pretty okay clan. Is this the new 2.6? Not really the new 2.6, but it's a fun deck. You think the Peace Out Girl Scout is toxic? No. Alright, we're going to sauce out a good luck. We're going to see what's up, see what this guy's got. Definitely want to end up going for a Hog Rider to kick off the game. And we'll see what he does. So he's going to end up having a very interesting comp. He's going to end up having Witch. So if I have P.E.K.K.A., I hate playing against Witch because I can never kill it with my poison. And then I'm just spamming a whole bunch of cycle units right into it. A whole bunch of bridge spam right into it. So that's one of the most sad things ever. If you're running P.E.K.K.A. and you play against this, you probably lose, even if you're a top player. So very fortunate that we can play it with this deck and assert dominance all over it, man. So let's be able to kill that Witch and get a decent counter push with this Hog Rider. Let's go drop that right in front and try to get some tower damage here. So we're going to go Hog Rider with this Musketeer. It's going to end up having a Baby Dragon as well, interestingly enough. And Baby Dragon is going to be a little bit annoying since he's going to end up having a great answer to the Bats and the Skeletons. So I think I'm going to have the Skeleton Surround on, or Bat Surround rather, on top of the Baby Dragon. And then go for a Valkyrie right after, just to make sure that he doesn't get any damage with the Knight plus the Baby Dragon comp. It would just be too much. Okay, alright. So you're going to end up having Golem with Witch and Baby Dragon. This is not good. So the one thing that I really like doing against these decks is going in for a Mortar here, and then Musketeer here. Trying to separate them as much as possible. And I'm hoping that I'm able to cycle back to Valkyrie, but it doesn't look like that. He's got the Hog Rider! Oh my gosh, do you guys remember this? Does anyone remember whenever I played against this guy that had Hog Rider plus Golem? Is this the exact same guy? Because I played against this before. I remember. It was too crazy. I think I lost my tower to it because I cycled my defensive building against the Golem and then he Hog Ridered opposite lane and I barely defended. I just didn't have anything. This is the exact deck, the exact same guy, I think. I don't know how many months ago this was, but I remember him. He's been haunting my nightmares for quite a while. So, what are we going to do? I think we can end up going for another musketeer in the back. And he's got mini P.E.K.K.A, so it's not ideal, but I'm going to go for a mortar. I should be able to cycle back to a mortar. But as these units get really close, the mortar retargets onto the tower, so we do get a hit. Notice that hit ended up retargeting from the Hog Rider because the Hog Rider got too close. If you drop the mortar there, it always works out as a defensive mechanism and an offensive mechanism. So I love doing that. And I think I should be able to win by slowing down everything. The Hog Rider gets that final hit, and the mini P.E.K.K.A doesn't even matter. So we do walk away with a rather clean W. Pretty interesting game against my arch nemesis that took my tower before. Yes, I did lose a tower to this guy before. Yes, it haunts me to this day. And I'm still a sad panda about it, but it happens. You can drop the mortar even a little bit lower, like right in that spot that I dropped it. Just all about the placements of lightning and if your musketeer is going to walk up too close or not. Sometimes you need to be dropping up a little bit higher if your musketeer is too close, because you can't give them lightning value. GG, well played, and peace out, Girl Scout. So let's go kick off the game with a Hog, see what's up against Ivan. What are you going to do, my man? You got Mega Minion. So you have Mega Minion, probably going to be a beatdown deck. It's going to be Golem after we see the NATO, most certainly. You're not going to end up having RG. RG doesn't really rock NATO unless you're going to have Isosert. It's possible. It's just not as common as Furnace one. We will see, man. Could end up going in. Okay, so you do have Isosert. Alright, this is going to be RG then, maybe. That's a little bit better for us. Let's go. Unless he's got Tombstone, too. That could make me a sad panda. Don't run Graveyard right now, man. Don't do it. Okay. This is not good. This is the worst thing that I could have ever imagined. It's not really a deck that you see very often. I mean, it's P.E.K.K.A with Isosert. Like, oh, man. This is wild. So I have to end up going for Hog Rider here, just so we're able to make sure that the Isosert is going to target that. So then I can go for Bats. And then I just wanted up going in for a Valkyrie here, on top of the Lumberjack. So I think that was the best defense I could have done. It's going to freeze, because he's crazy, but we're just going to snowball everything. And we're going to be fine. Guys, if I win this, I'll be really proud of myself, but I don't think I can. I don't know. I'm really going to try to cycle a lot of offensive mortars when I can, but I want to save it for defense against the P.E.K.K.A and the Balloon for the most part. He could NATO here for +2 trade because I cycle skeletons too, but it's going to sap that. I don't understand. No, you don't have anything for bats. You're a Mega Minion? That's overexertion. So you're already dropping like 6 elixir to counter a 4 elixir. That's pretty cool for me. You're going to P.E.K.K.A here probably. Can I go opposite lane with Valkyrie plus bats? I would really, really like to do that. You don't have Zap and cycle though. So maybe I can just go and kill your P.E.K.K.A. Okay. We'll see what he wants to do here. He might balloon. He does. Very cool. So we're just going to knock it a little bit. Gonna go NATO. Interesting. And then we're going to have to end up going in for a mortar here. Oh no. Actually, he's going to get one more hit than I wanted to. It's unfortunate. We're still going to be able to defend. We're going to Valkyrie again. We're going to keep up the aggression. Maybe we can bounce back. The mortar is connected to the tower. So it worked out really, really well. Can we win this, guys? We're going to try to cycle another musketeer. That Valkyrie is not going to be anywhere in cycle. And you go for a snowball to kill that Ice Wizard so that we can get back to skeletons so then it doesn't die. I have to Hog here. Bats. Bats are not going to kill in time. I have to go for Val. It's fine though. So we outcycled. Let's go in for a mortar. Go in for another musketeer here. We're trying to play really aggressive, but I don't know if that's the play. He could balloon as soon as he kills us. And you end up going for skeletons. And then Valkyrie. Mortar's going to actually target. We're going to end up having to go in for another mortar here. Let's just go for another musketeer. We're going to have to go in for a snowball here to bounce everything back. And we're going to end up going for bats. Should be able to kill the balloon in time. Okay, he got connection. Oh, did I lose? I barely did. GG, man. So I think this is probably one of the hardest matches I could have played. Could have played a little bit better, but we learned from mistakes. It's going to be a P.E.K.K.A. Ice Lizard NATO deck. And I think I slipped up a little bit on defense there, playing a little bit too aggressive. If I played it a little bit slower, maybe I could have won, playing some more defensive mortars and then translating defense into offense. That's what I would have changed up in my positioning there. It's always good to lose games so then you can learn from them and incorporate those losses into learning experiences so you can become a better player. Got a game against Thunder. What's up, dude? Let's sauce out of good luck and then end up going for a Hog Rider. I want to save my skeletons because I really want to be able to defend if he spams me with like a bandit, and then I have a much more elixir efficient defense and get away with a Hog Rider with minimal elixir efficiency. So yeah, it's not going to be really bad if he ends up spamming me. So I have skeleton cycle. If he has bandit, after princing on top of that, I can defend the bandit and then defend the prince with just the valkyrie. So I can have golem though, so I don't know, man. I think I have to play really defensive. I want to end up going for a mortar here, and I want to end up going for a musketeer here. So he's going to straight up poison me, but he's not going to be able to hit the musketeer, so that's worth it for us. Feels good, man. Musketeer should be able to DPS that down, and we will get a pretty nice counter push. Lots of golems today. Many golem Andes here, boys. I ended up going in for a Hog Rider. Hog Rider plus bats doesn't seem bad. Let's do this. Hog Rider bats opposite, and then Valkyrie in front, so then we protect the musketeer. If the muskie doesn't die. Ah, oh, muskie did die. He ended up using his NATO, though, so that's pretty good. Kind of want to end up going for skeletons. I'm going to split them, so then we have one go towards the Mega Minion. Probably should have had two go towards the Mega Minion, to be honest. Would have gotten a hit then. It's fine, though. So I have to cycle the Hog Rider if I want to play aggressive. But I'm going to end up going for a Musketeer here. This is going to give me value. And then he's going to probably spam me. I expect him to golem. I fully expect him to golem. So I'm going to go for Hog Rider and Bats. He's going to sack that tower. So I just need to defend this and I win the game. That's possible. So when you go for skeletons to pull, might even want to 3-crown him. Can we 3-crown this man? Do I have to go for a Valkyrie? Bats are really coming alive, man. The Night Witch went opposite lane. That's wild. Wasn't able to kill the bats there. Didn't get back to skeletons. I lose this tower. Okay. It's a bit wild. Huh, so it can spiral out of control for us. For sure. Let's keep up the aggression. I think he can't. If he drops another golem, we're screwed. If he does another golem and he push, we're done. He's gonna go for NATO. I really expected him to be like crazy. Is he really gonna try to poison cycle me? Might lose. Right? Should have Hog Rider with that. He's gonna poison again. It's not gonna kill the Musketeer. Wait for the Valkyrie. Oh my gosh. Give it to Daddy. Give it to Daddy. Oh my gosh. So we're gonna go kick off the game here. Man's not hot. Arcanium 2, what's up, brother? So I want to end up going opposite lane with our Mortar, where he doesn't have any chip damage with that Ice Spirit. And we'll see what he does. Just gonna end up dropping bats here, so let's go in for a snowball right on top of them. And then I can end up going for skeletons just to kill that a little bit quicker. He's gonna have Princess, so it's looking like a traditional log bait deck. And well, actually, not a log bait deck. You guys know what I mean. It's gonna be Hog Rider. That's gonna be Hog Rider Princess. We're gonna end up going for a Mortar soon, I would assume, on top of Hog Riders. But he's not dropping it anytime soon, because he's gonna be having to defend our Hog Rider. And look at that, man. That's just too much damage for him to handle. Mini P.E.K.K.A. got evaporated. But whenever he drops a Hog Rider, we're here with a Mortar. And that's what we're going to be doing. So, in Mortar and Cycle. We ended up going opposite lane as soon as he played a little bit aggressive, and we sniped the princess with the musketeer to aid our endeavors on that side. So, basically this matchup is pretty good whenever we're able to take a tower, because all we have to do is just use our mortar on defense. He might have given up though. We'll see. Let's go in for a mortar here and see if he has given up. And it looks like he did, guys. So we're just going to take this tower and move on to the next game. Keep asserting dominance. Pretty wild. Man's not hot. Apparently he's not hot in this game, unfortunately for him. And we're going to be capturing the W and moving on. I really like this deck against other Hog Rider decks because you can always like mortar in the middle. And then as the Hog Rider approaches, your mortar redirects onto the tower and it gives you a lot of damage. GG, well played. And peace out, Girl Scout. It was a pleasure playing against you, sir.